do think that there were obviously, as we've saved cost in certain areas like travel or, we advertising came down. I think there were extra costs in the supply chain, which will sort of get smoothened off as the year sort of progresses. I think it's also a bit of a sort of category and portfolio mix. So some of the higher, more discretionary, higher gross margin products, sequentially were better over the quarter, but, in April was sort of weak. So I do think we'll see positive movement on that going forward.
Sure. If you really had to highlight, Nisaba, category-wise, and we'll get into details of each category in just a bit, where would you say the maximum pressure was felt?
So, like I sort of mentioned, 85% of our portfolio is actually household insecticides, hygiene, and value for money products. So actually in household insecticides, we grew at 27%. In hygiene, we grew at 15%. And value for money did see a decline of 13%, but, sequentially was much better month over month. I think 15% of our portfolio, which we call others, which broadly is, our air care business and this is globally. I think we definitely felt pressure there. But I think, we will see some amount of demand coming back. We are seeing month over month, and, July has been quite a strong month for us. And we're also doing things in these categories that are more discretionary to pivot. So say in air care, we've sort of combined the benefits of disinfectant with air freshener. So, you will see us do things to sort of go where the consumer demand is.
Sure. What's compensated at a macro level, Nisaba, for the margin compression has been the savings that you guys have made in advertising spends. I don't know when things would get back to normal. Perhaps you would have a better handle on that. But like we were chatting just before the show began, do you think COVID has made you realize that there are better ways of advertising, perhaps? And do you see a sustained saving in your ad spends going forward?
Yeah, I think, actually we didn't advertise also because of the supply constraints we face, correct? This was also a quarter of sort of supply constraints. But, we have our new product portfolio. We're seeing this huge demand for household insecticides and hygiene. So our role is, we are going against water in a situation like this, but execution is key. So, expanding distribution and creating, informing consumers, say in Protect, here are the new products that we have. We will continue to do that. Yes, but there have been lots of new learnings and, in a year like this, where to invest and where not to, will need sort of careful calibration. But I do think you will see investments in advertising definitely increase over the, what happened in Q1.
Sure. Like you as well reiterated that it's the HI segment which more so post-COVID is going to be of utmost significance. Not in the near term, but maybe another 2-3 years down the line. What sort of contribution do you see coming in from the HI segment?
Household insecticides is 30% of our global portfolio. So, I think we're looking to grow, across our categories, especially, sort of grow out hygiene. So I would think that because of the overall growth of the sort of company, I'm not sure that we're looking to grow, across our categories, especially, sort of grow out hygiene. So I would think that because of the overall growth of the sort of company, I'm not sure that the salience would change that much over 2 or 3 years. Obviously, if this health and, this COVID's not going anywhere anytime. So I would say maybe the household insecticides along with hygiene as a percentage of our global portfolio will probably increase. But I don't know how much of that will be household insecticides versus the other hygiene products.
Sure. But as I understand, you've launched about 45 products in the
Yes,
hygiene segment
yes,
across
yes,
geographies and saw a very
yes,
strong growth of about almost 15%
yes.
in the category. Uh, any new innovations, because COVID has taught us to do things differently and in new ways, and has also in that sense created a vast new opportunity for perhaps new product innovations that you would understand better.
Yeah.
Besides these 45 products, what else is in the pipeline when it comes to the hygiene category specific? Because that's the direct interlinkage with COVID.
Yeah, so I think one of GCPL's strength is this sort of innovation, value for money, low cost manufacturing. So I think we're quite excited to bring that full force to the hygiene category. We already have
Yeah.
products like Magic, which is a powder to liquid hand wash, which is probably the world's most affordable and most sustainable hand wash. So we see products like that really having very strong lift off, and we will look to do more things like that, which are sort of disruptive and unique to us. I think if you look at something like the hand sanitizer market, I think there've been 600 brands launched. So I don't think we are trying to play
Yeah.
I think differentiation is very important to us, uniqueness, value for money, creating access to consumers, correct? Only about 17% of Indians have running water. So how do you actually create hygiene when you're in a situation that doesn't support it? So I think that's where GCPL has always been quite strong. So you will see quite a bit of that coming from us.
Sure. I would have believed that vanity doesn't die down that easily, but the lockdown has taught us new things. And I understand that women are not opting for hair colors. They're fine with the grays. But I'm guessing, now with the unlocking happening, hair colors as a segment, Nisaba, would pick up gradually.
Yeah,
Tell me a little bit more about when you
I will.
actually see a full-blown recovery
Yeah,
coming in, and
so
have online sales already seen an uptick?
we are seeing, so I'm laughing a little bit because in our consumer research, actually women are saying that no, we want to look good and we don't want to sit around the house looking bad. While I think men are a little bit more lazy. So, I wanted to share that from a consumer perspective. But what we are seeing is that, especially in the value for money segments, which in hair color or braids in Africa, which is 50% actually of our Africa business, we are sort of seeing quite strong sequential
Yeah.
growth. Correct. April was a washout, but then every month is sort of
Yeah.
increasing. So I think in the beauty category we play in is not very high end. It's not that I'm going to a party, correct? It's also uh,
Yeah.
women sort of use these
Yeah.
products on a day-to-day basis. So I feel confident. I feel quite confident of that. And one of the happiest things that's made me really happy at this time is I've sent a 30 rupee hair color to lots of my friends who are like, why have we been wasting all this time with very expensive products in a salon? So, go GCPL on quality of quality products.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, why invest in those exorbitant ones which were not even available during lockdown, as I understand? Uh, but as per your margins trajectory, Nisaba, where do you actually see your margins headed in the next few quarters? And I'm not talking about the immediate next quarter, but the visibility that you have for the next 1 year or 2 year perhaps, and which segment do you see maximum contribution coming in from?
Yeah, I see us having quite resilient growth. I think, quarter one has been pretty resilient. And I see us sort of double downing on our execution and, really sort of delivering this year. I think this health and hygiene, the household insecticides and hygiene, I see very strong demand, continuing not just in India but in sort of other geographies also. And I actually would also sort of bet on this, what we call value for money, which is the hair colors, in India or in our Latin American business, or braids, which is a big portion of our Africa business. I think they're going to be sort of really resilient, because if consumers do have, less money in their pockets, they will want, the highest quality but affordable products, which has always been our strength. So, uh, I feel that we will be sort of resilient around 85% of our portfolio. For the other 15%, say something like air care, one of the actually big impacts was in the car segment, because I mean, the lockdown, no one's driving. So we'll see. I think some of these things will sequentially pick up.
Yeah. Yeah, but there could be a lot of pent up demand, as was the case with car batteries. Once everyone does begin to use their cars and getting them clean, I think those car fresheners would definitely see a lot of pent up demand for you.
Yeah, and
Nisaba, the problem seems to be the Africa business, and a lot of analysts that I spoke with.
Yeah.
No, go ahead. Complete your point.
No, please, you go ahead. I was gonna. Please.
No. Finish your point, please.
I was just going to make my, for the car also, we have a lot of products which are air freshening and sanitization, which we feel, will be important. Sorry, you were asking about Africa.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I was just saying that, a lot of analysts that I was speaking with about your earnings and the company visibility are saying that, Africa business needs a quick solution. We understand that a few steps have been put in process, but help your shareholders and analysts and investors understand what exactly is going on with the Africa business and what's the recovery plan that you've put in place.
Sure. So I think, for our Africa business, if I look at what happened in sort of Q1, April was like a complete washout. So, I mean, just the business sort of dropped. And then we sort of started seeing recovery, first maybe mid-May. And, June was much stronger. July has actually been a strong month in that business. So, in definitely strong positive growth. So I think, April was definitely, because of the lockdowns, there were very strict lockdowns in these countries and stuff. But I think even in Africa, our execution has sort of been really strong. So I've had strong braid growth, but that's also because my factories opened the first, we were out of the door. And, we are doing... we're not doing rocket science here, correct? It's about increasing distribution, giving consumers the products they want, going where the demand is. And I think things like hygiene and household insecticides have, huge opportunities on the African continent. So we've actually had a very successful, it's early days now in household insecticides in Africa. And I have told analysts, look, I can't convince you on an interview. You'll have to watch the performance. And we're very, very committed sort of to putting the business on the right track.
Watch the space. It should be your tagline, Nisaba, for them.
Yeah. I'm putting quite a bit of pressure on myself with that in my last interview.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, but you're not new to the functionings of the company, clearly. This has been family business and you've been raised in the environment. What sort of vision have you set for GCPL for, say, the next 3 years? I know COVID has just about thrown everything off the ball, but in the next 3 years, where is it that you want to take the company?
Sure. And I have shared the bad news that, the last sort of 18 months to couple of years have not been good for us. But, over the last decade, GCPL's had a
Yeah.
phenomenal run. And, we actually uh,
Yeah.
10x our size, over the last sort of decade, starting in about 2000, when we started our journey in 2007. So, I really want us to get back to
Yeah.
strong double digit growth organically. So I really think the strength of the company is this innovation, value for money, low cost manufacturing. So just do what we do well, roll up our sleeves, and just get back to growth. So I think that's my sort of single minded focus over the next couple of years. And I think in consumer, in our sort of businesses, if you get growth, then the profitability does follow because you have scale leverage. So that's what I want to focus on. And I really think this is, our time, because consumers, to serve our consumers well, because they want to stay healthy. They want to, protect themselves from malaria and dengue. They want to be able to have affordable products to wash their hands and keep their homes clean. And that is that is where we are sort of really good. And I think even in the beauty segment, whether it's in our extensions business in Africa, hair color across the globe, we have these amazing high quality affordable products. So I think we need to do more of what we do and just do it really well.